Hey guys, Team Militia here. So we're going to be doing a Q&A video today. I prefaced this yesterday, I believe. So I got a special guest with me.
Sally.
And so I guess we can start. Let's just start.
Alright, here's some of the questions that we received on the Team Militia Q&A. First one is, what are the basics a person would need to get started with Airsoft?
Alright, first off, you need a gun. That's easy. We'll get into a little bit more into that too. Eyewear, whether that's safety glasses, full seal, paintball mask, it's pretty much, when it comes to that, it's what you prefer. I play with full seal like this, and then I have a mesh lower mask that covers my face. I like that 'cause it's a little more comfortable. So it all is what depends. And also you gotta check with your airsoft field near you. There's some rules that you can't use a mesh mask. You have to have a full paintball mask if you're under 18. But yeah.
And I would definitely say the basics would be helmet. So if you get hit in the head, some of the higher powered guns shoot. Definitely the BB's a little bit higher speed, so they hurt a little bit more. So definitely helmet, eye protection, mask to cover your face, and obviously you need the gun to play. What is the average cost to play in an airsoft event for the day? In our area, in Minnesota, most of them are between $20 and $25. That's for a day event. That would be indoor or outdoor. If they get into a 2-day event, they're going to be a little bit more. But just check with your local area, who's ever hosting it. They usually can post it on Facebook or a day before, so you know what it's going to be.
Yeah. And we actually got another question, kind of a follow-up question, is how does a person get into Airsoft or find out where to play Airsoft in their area? There's many sites. You can use Google. Just look up where's fields in whatever state you live in, or if you don't live in the U.S., I know there's a lot in Thailand and all of that, so you pretty much, there's Airsoft around the world. And also, if you have a store near you that you know of that sells Airsoft guns, I'm not talking Walmart, Sports Authority, none of that. I'm talking actual just Airsoft stores itself. They usually know where to play. And they'll have upcoming events and stuff that they'll give you cards to if they have cards and that kind of stuff. So just check around and be open.
Yeah, and once you find out about one event, so once you find a local field or a local area, you'll start hearing from other members that are going there, where the next one is, then the next one. A lot of times they have conventions, airsoft conventions in your area. You can go there and find ones in neighboring states that you might be able to go to if they're close enough. It's a whole world out there of airsoft.
Just get in the community and talk with people. You can't do anything bad about it. There's enough people and enough places. If you mess something up, and there's more places you can go to.
We had a question. This kind of goes along with what's the basics a person should have, but what is the minimum safety equipment you should have to play? Again, you'd want your helmet, your eye protection, face protection. You could also have a chest protector if you wanted, and then obviously your gun, you would want that.
Yeah, a vest or any sort of vest. Camo if you really want it. Protect the arms and the legs, but it's all up to you.
What are some good features to look for when purchasing an airsoft gun?
It depends on what gun you want. If you want an AK-47, it depends. M4 of those, metal, obviously it's going to be heavier. Polymer, it's going to be lighter, but more likely it could break. I haven't had a polymer gun break on me, but I've had some issues where I've seen people with them, and not much you can do at that point. If it broke, it broke. But if you're going to be playing indoors, you might want a CQB type of gun, which is shorter in length and you can maneuver it fast and it's tight to you, compact. But if you're outside, maybe you want a longer barrel gun so you can reach further. That's all up to you. It depends on what you want. That's
And my recommendation is when you're first getting started, get a good gun. You know, you don't have to go out and spend $400 on a good gun. You know, maybe, and we're not knocking the Walmart or the Dick's Sporting Goods guns, because they do have nice guns there. But get a gun to get you into it, to see if you like it first. But get a nice quality gun if you're going to go that route. If you don't have a retail airsoft store in your area, get a nice gun from one of those stores and get into it. And once you're into it for a while and you decide if it is something you like and you've been playing for a while, you're going to find out what you like on that gun or you dislike on that gun. And from there you can move up and move into a higher powered gun, or a gun that has some extra sights or some extra capabilities that maybe the initial gun you started out with 6 months or 8 months ago didn't have.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can't find an airsoft store near you, go online. There's some websites like e-Vike, Airsoft, Airsoft Megastore, and we're not sponsored by them, but just look around. It doesn't hurt to look.
Another question we got was, what does it feel like to get hit by an airsoft BB? My best description of it is from an electric gun, one that runs on a battery, I guess I should say. It feels like getting stung by a bee. It's real quick, the sting doesn't last long, and you move on. One of the guns that runs on the air, like the HPA, Polar Star, those do hurt a bit more. It feels like you're getting hit by a small pebble, just because it's coming out of the gun at a much higher rate of speed. And typically those BBs weigh a little bit more than those that are put in a gun that's ran off of a battery. You play on. It's so fun. You know, it hurts for such a short period of time. And you typically, like we were saying earlier, you got your goggles on. When you go out to play airsoft, you don't intentionally shoot somebody from the neck up. Does it happen? Yes. But you're typically shooting from the neck down or the shoulders down, and your body's covered in long sleeve shirts or long pants. So it doesn't hurt that bad.
And I mean, your adrenaline that you're out there, when you're playing, you're having so much fun, you're so worried about other people shooting at you. Usually when you get hit, half the time you don't even know, you're like, did I just get hit? You know, I've had those situations where it's like, alright, I'm just going to call it because I don't know if I got hit. And going along with the HPA and the battery, how they hurt different, in Tuesday's video I will get into more with the different weights of BBs. So just watch for that. I can explain it more on Tuesday's video.
And our last question for today's Q&A is, in what type of situation or when would a person use a smoke grenade? I haven't had the opportunity to use a smoke grenade yet, so I'll let Ryan answer that question.
Any movements by squads, I mean, if you split up and you need to cover somebody, you know, if it's going to help, and it's going to help a tremendous amount, and those guys are kind of getting pinned down, like you can't get them up there, that's a perfect scenario to use it. But make sure you throw it where you need it, you know, don't just throw it out there just to throw it. You got to be strategic about it, you know. So try to cover that area of it. Obviously they go everywhere. You can't really, like if it's windy, you can't really plan for that. You just got to know how the wind's blowing, I should at least say. I mean, that's how that works.
Well, thanks for watching the first Q&A session for Team Militia.